She's like, this is natural. This is all natural. Hello, everybody. It's Gingy and
Amber.
And
Charlie.
And this is
Sitting on the Green Couch
at the Noise Project.
Woohoo!
So we wanted to introduce you guys to the amazing Charlie Peaches, who was the other half for Amber to make this a reality in the material world. Thank you so much for believing in her dream and having all of the amazing talents to be able to manifest this.
Thank you everyone. Thank you both for having me in here today on the couch. It's been an incredible journey building the Noise Project with Amber. She had an amazing dream that she shared earlier last year, last January, February, and I couldn't be happier to help build this business. It's been a healing project, a motivational project, and I believe it's gonna do a lot of good for the world, and already has.
It's already doing it. Here we are, chugging along. Amber, is there anything you want to say before you go to your client? Because we are still working in the salon as we are talking.
Yes,
on
I have a
Green
client,
Couch.
that I have to go and tail to, but just that I'm so grateful that Charlie has been a part of this journey so far. I wouldn't have been able to do half the things that I was supposed to do without her. I'm truly grateful, and I love her so much, so.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you,
Andy.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. So I walked in this morning, and the last week I was talking to Amber about it. I was feeling very manic. And I was getting into my state where I am just like go 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 do 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 do, and I'm just like feeling limitless. And yet last week I felt effortless in that media, which was a really beautiful experience to be in. And as I was driving on my way here in my meditation station, I was just thinking like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what's the next step for this to be as effortless as possible? What information am I supposed to be obtaining right now so that we can curate what we're supposed to curate as beings that we are together? Because Amber and I have this magnetic, electric energy together, and it's been so fabulous. And I just had some of this beautiful information coming before me, and then I walk in here, and your shining light is just radiating, it's like pulsates into my heart, and just like, every single time I've entered into a room with you, even before I knew you, when I was working at Josephine Scott hairdressing many, many years ago, your presence radiates something that was almost unfamiliar to me, but it was very positive and very light. And as I've continued to see you through the years at coffee shops or through Amber or just through mutual friends, just that radiating energy. But this morning it was something even more magnificent, and just like the explosion of just like, yeah. So all of that being said, I really want her to dive into what happened this last month for her and where she's going. Her story totally inspires all the time. Every time you speak, you inspire, at least me, and I know many, many, many others. So we would like to radiate that through the cosmic web of the internet, because we do have the capabilities of doing this now. So what did you do this weekend? What did your cousin do?
Oh my gosh. Well, first, thank you so much for sharing all of that. That felt really, really, really nice.
You deserve it. You're so amazing.
Thank you.
You're so amazing.
Thank you, and I think that's kind of the magic that happened. That's kind of a part of it, you know. I think we all kind of struggle. I know I struggle sometimes with feeling the way that other people feel about you. And this weekend, I had a very motivating weekend. I'll share my lessons of the weekend after, and you know, the first one is really the power of giving back and what it can do, and understanding and knowing our friends and family and neighbors' dreams, and how powerful it is when dreams are realized. And that happened for me this weekend. I was given a really, really, really beautiful gift. One that I didn't even know that I would want. But my cousin Bryce surprised me over the weekend with a vacation that gave me the opportunity to connect with my heroes. I started playing tennis when I was 3 years old. I wanted to be like Andre Agassi and Steffi Graf and Martina Navratilova and Chrissy Everett. And this weekend, he surprised me with playing in a pro tournament with all of those heroes, and I got to have a dream realized. I got to work, be on a court, sweat it out with Martina Navratilova, Chrissy Everett, Gavin Rosdale, just amazing humans, and it planted seeds that I really needed. I had a really challenging year the past year, and I was doing a lot of healing, and self-worth is really, it's the hardest part of grieving that you have to like cultivate right at the end.
That is so
right?
true.
And it's so hard, and it's so hard.
It is.
And I saw the power of what encouragement does. I got to hear the greatest player of all time tell me I was a good player. And she didn't have to say that, but it was one of many like lessons this weekend. But it was just powerful. It's powerful.
Really
it was a dream.
impacted you.
Really impacted me. What I'm taking with me is one, I want to learn how to connect with people more because I want to know more dreams. This was a dream of Amber's, the Noise Project, and it came true. And I believe that if we all connect more, learn about each other's stories. My cousin really knew me.
Yeah.
He knew that I loved tennis. He knew it was the first sport I ever played.
That's a genuine gift.
It's a genuine gift. And, to see these players and these amazing athletes that we look up to and stars, some of the messages that they shared are that, champions are just not afraid of failure. They just keep trying, and it's not avoiding failure. And if you even release failure or winning and just is what is, that's also what I learned. I didn't go in there trying to win anything this weekend. I was just there.
You're being present.
I was being present.
Yeah.
And when there's no expectation, there's an opportunity for joy. There's an opportunity to have fun doing what we're doing. If we're not trying to get the point,
And like in your head about.
not getting out of the head. And I think that's what's important about the Noise Project is we're talking about the noise in the head and how to clear it and be here because that is where the magic happens.
Or how to use it as a tool. Like
Yeah.
it's there, nurturing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So many different fun tools to do with that noise.
Yeah, it really is. It was a powerful weekend, a motivating weekend. I was walking on the beach as I was before I came back, and my mind at first went to like, oh, I'm coming back a different person. And I was like, no, I'm coming back me.
Yeah.
And
Releasing all of the other programming that has attached itself to you.
Yeah, and that was really neat to be like, no, I'm not coming back different. I'm coming back
more
me.
me.
Yeah,
More
more
me.
more.
I am.
And that's funny, the word more, I kept thinking this year, like, no, the answer is not subtracting. Like, oh, I need to take away this out of my life. It's like, no, I need more of this.
Yeah.
And if we follow and pay attention to what feels good and then just doing it more. I decided afterwards that I'm not going to make this a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Yeah.
I want more of it.
I'm making it this lifetime experience.
Yes, this lifetime
lifetime
experience.
experience.
Yes, and I'm going to give myself permission to do more of that, play more tennis, go to more tournaments, and I think the ripple effects are going to be pretty impactful. So we'll have to do like a follow-up.
Continual follow-up will be happening here on the green couch. I would really, if you feel open to it, love for you to share like what led up to this moment for you this weekend. What did the month prior to that look like?
The month prior, I was really challenged, and I've been challenged it felt like this whole year, but the body has a very interesting way that as you get towards the end of things, how it purges. And I had this whole month of October, I had pneumonia. had some crazy skin stuff going on, and I just didn't feel right in my body, and it kind of felt like right before I left that I kind of like purged that out, and then this kind of I don't know, this kind of set like planted a bunch of new seeds.
So you're super into agriculture. So with the analogy in mind, like creating space. When you're creating space, when you're about to grow something, what does that look like in agriculture?
You know, and what I love about plants is that if we really connected with them, we understand that plants and people are almost the same thing. I almost want to say the same thing. You know, we function the same.
Yeah.
We need water, we need nourishment, we need good environment, and yeah, permission to grow.
Yeah.
You know, but that's internal. And sometimes we're looking for it on the outside. And it's like, yeah.
Do plants do that, permission to grow, or do they just grow?
They grow effortlessly.
Yeah.
With nurturing in the right environment, and we're the same. You know, if we nurture each other, we're all gonna grow. We're all gonna, we all reach towards the light. Like the plants, when you see them growing upright, they're going towards the sun.
Yeah.
They're striving towards their light, and that's really what they're growing towards.
Yeah.
And when you see their leaves and everything just going up and out and opening up, and they have good soil and they have good roots. To be able to do that, you have to have good roots. So it's all of it.
So do you feel like this last month or even this last year, like that you've had a lot of things being ripped out of your life, lots of like change and moving out of a direction that you're moving into. Do you feel like it created the space for you to create emptiness, to create more effortlessly? Or what would you say that experience was like for you?
Yeah, in traditional agriculture, you go through a harvest, and when you're planting new seeds, I think I had gone through a harvest. Everything got harvested, and I had new seeds planted, and I didn't know it. And the hardest time for the plant is breaking through the soil. If you can even imagine trying to it's dark, you're getting out, boom, you find the sun, you find the light. And plants need just the right amount of stress, just the right amount of that. But yeah, the soil's the hardest part. Breaking the shell. Like, imagine breaking a shell, and imagine what it feels like when we're breaking shells as humans.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can't get out of here.
I'm so angry.
Can't get out. And then boom, you get a little crack. You're like, okay. I'm like, oh, no, it's dark.
It's still cramped.
Boom. Light. And then going towards it, having the courage to grow. It's like Winston Churchill says, I think it's not, like something about failure is inevitable, but the courage to continue is what counts. And that's what I needed kind of here over the weekend. I needed a little bit of encouragement from my environment. And I think when you go through public losses, right? When we watch teams lose by one with a second left, it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I was part of something that was really tied to the community. We were feeding the community, so it was hard to kind of find my stride again and find the right environment for me to grow.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like
You were uprooted.
I was uprooted, and now I feel very rooted and courageous in the going towards the light, and the courage to continue is there, and how I'm going to continue because of this weekend and experiencing a dream will be a little bit different. I now want to know what your dreams are, and it's like your dream, I might be able to connect a couple dots and make happen, and then you go make another dream happen. And I have a really amazing friend who actually has an app, and he's doing that for me.
What's it called?
It's called the Dreammaker app.
Is it out? Can I find it on the App Store?
I think so.
We'll attach some information
Yeah.
down in the bio.
Cool. Charles Ressler, he's making dreams happen for people all over. People magazine just wrote about him. And now being one that God gifted a dream, I'm like, oh, his app's going to change the world. And something I mentioned to Gingy too, I think it's so important that we're granting wishes and dreams for those that may not be here for a long time, but we all have friends. Like, we could help each other achieve our dreams while we're capable, while we're strong, and
While we're thriving.
while we're
and
thriving and
living,
living. Like, we could do it in both all the time.
Yeah. Not just when you're on your last leg or on your last breath, or after the time and there's been a fundraiser in your honor, having fundraisers or having these tribes built up around whatever it is that you're trying to do and support that, it can impact the world to be inspired to continue to do that. And it's a ripple effect that will continue on, and how much faster we can evolutionize, especially in this technological renaissance that we're going through. It's like it could really help us as humanity to like really cleanse our earth that we've polluted, really cleanse our minds that we have polluted, and just be able to affect such positive change.
Yeah, you know, one achievable solution, like, and I'm having this epiphany on the green couch.
So many, there's so many epiphanies on the green couch.
You know, this holiday season, we're all about to go bind. We're all about to go gather around and talk, whether you're with your family, your friends. Ask them, what's like kind of some dreams that you've never had realized, or like maybe they don't even know that because I didn't even know, but ask them, what did they love as a kid? We don't change. I loved tennis, you know, ask questions, explore, and you know, and have the courage to give selflessly and be like, you know what, Shinji had this dream. I think I can make a couple calls and kind of make this dream happen. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's important that we're helping everyone. You know, we all need help, and I think help is hard. It's really easy to disguise. We see someone, some of our homeless friends, you know, we can see visibly that they need help, but sometimes for us that are just walking around day to day, you know, we don't know how to communicate it, and it doesn't always, it's very much missed.
Yeah.
It's just as important, and the only way is to ask questions. You know? I heard a quote that said, your quality of life depends on the quality of questions you ask yourself and others.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
It just keeps you on that, like, that track of thinking. What? Why? When? Where?
Yeah, tell me more.
Yeah.
Share more.
Yeah.
Because then that's how we relate. And then when we can relate, and we're like, oh, you do that too. Oh, I do that. And if you're someone I admire, and then I find a way that I relate to you, all of a sudden the mirror becomes really clear.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, wait, Gingy's amazing. That must mean
I'm amazing, and I'm a reflection of myself through her.
Yeah. And we need to feel good about ourselves.
Yeah.
And we that permission to be like, it's okay to think you're amazing.
Yeah.
We need everyone to think they're amazing.
It's true.
We won't go hurt people. We won't go shoot people if we have a healthy self-worth. And I didn't realize that was my Achilles heel this whole time.
Yeah, self-worth. Oh my God. So funny. So I was working on a meditation this earlier this month, and it was to write down everything that was important to me. So I wrote down everything that was important to me. I put it in color categories of like what that feeling was. So each thing had a color for a feeling and to how important it was. And then I put it on my wall. I laid everything on my ground first, and then I just like what's the center point? Put that there. Put that there. Put that there.
Yeah.
Most important thing after my son and those things was self-worth,
Yeah.
self-love.
And
It changes everything.
It really does, because how you do anything is how you do everything. How you treat yourself, you will treat others. Because it's not always like words, you know, like I'm very kind to people, but I'm not kind to myself.
Yes.
And I think what we
making up
model
for it.
is even what we model, people see and feel. You know, if someone sees me being hard on myself, they're gonna be like, okay, I guess I need to be harder on myself.
Yeah, because I think she's amazing. So
Yeah,
she's
so-
hard on herself. I've got to be double hard on myself
Yeah, how about that?
because I obviously don't like myself that much.
Yeah. And so now I want to be a model of what it looks like to give to yourself, and then it becomes effortless to give others.
Yes, it's so true. It's how many times, again, I experienced, and this is the first time I've told you I experienced your presence walking into a room, the feel that you bring with you. You must get that often. I also get that often. Amber also gets that often. People that we surround ourselves with get that often is because we have been hurt, we have been vulnerable in that hurt, we have found the right questions to ask ourselves and looked for the right answers. And a lot of the time the right answer was, I need to give myself more love.
More love
I
is
need to
always
give
the
myself
answer.
more love, and as I do that, radiating more love to all around me, because I know that if I am a reflection of those around me, and I want to be absolutely adored incandescently, then why don't you just do that for everybody else?
You know, when I went through like a year of really, really traumatic challenges where they almost make you want to not like people anymore. And I had a mentor that said, Charlie, just bless your enemies. And sometimes our enemies are a trigger. They're not always people. It's whatever is getting at
An
us.
emotion.
An emotion, like an enemy can be anything that is coming at you that is triggering you. And if you throw love at it, boom, what ricochets back is love. You throw anger at it, you're gonna get anger back, you know? And I had to really discipline myself this year when I was like, oh, I'm so angry. And it's like, no, bless them, bless them, bless them, bless them, and really be genuine about it. And it's a self-love act. You know, it's not when people are like, no, why bless them? It's like, no, because it blesses you.
Yeah,
And that's the
always.
point. And so yeah, I think what you're doing here on this couch is pretty special, Jen.
Vice versa, thank you for like. So as a classic me move, this died, which is fine because everything happens as it's supposed to. Charlie, thank you so much for being here, for everything that you're doing, and you guys. Make sure that you are having intimate conversations with those around you. Make sure that they are full of depth and meaning. As we continue to do this together, we will be learning so much more and we'll be expanding. We'll learn how we can support one another better and show each other more love and all the like. Is there anything else that you'd like to share as another magnificent token you are holding at this moment in time?
Yeah, I think we got it all. I'm really proud of everyone here at this project. Let's just keep supporting each other and keep helping each other grow.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Go do that. Let's go.
Make life effortless
Yes.
for each other.
Yay! Life is art. What does yours look like?